Hi, it's Vinny, and I wanted to share with you all my progress with my housing authority. So I think the other day that I mentioned that I went down to the housing authority to turn in my giant stack of paperwork, and I thought that was it. Of course that wasn't it. So I get a phone call and this lady says, okay, yeah, we see that you make zero income. So there's this paperwork that you need to fill out in order to prove that you make zero income. Okay, that's fine. I accept that. So this week, which was yesterday, I go and pick up this paperwork. And let me tell you guys, let me tell you, I'm very, very heated about this. Now, I thought maybe this is just going to be another single sheet of paper because she did tell me that I was going to pick up a piece of paper just to fill out, one last thing. No, it's a packet of like 7 pieces of paper and it's like the tiniest font. And I'm like, okay, what does this pertain to? I get home, I leaf through it, and oh my god, this piece of paper was made in the freaking 1980s. I am not kidding you guys. It was made like decades ago. The technical term for this worksheet is called the zero income checklist. And I really think that's code word for we really don't want to help you. Because that's what it reads to me like. And I'm going to take you guys on a journey with me as we go over this wonderful packet together. And I'm going to hopefully reorient this with you guys, because it's a little backwards right now. But in post-production, it won't be. But I'm going to take you guys on a journey with me so that you can see these absolutely ridiculous questions that they have me answer and how much they really don't care about helping the people that this is made for. The people who really need housing, the people who really need help, and how discouraging and how really invasive and kind of insulting these questions are. And let's just get started, okay? So this is what the paperwork looks like, and I want you guys to pay special attention to the language of this paper. So each section has questions like, do you do this? Then if you don't, it says, does someone else do this for you? How do they do this? And it always ends with the statement saying, this amount is income. For example, let's take a look at the cleaning, grooming, and paper product expenses. What is the weekly value of paper products used by the family? Include paper napkins, toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags, and other paper goods, and disposable diapers. Now, with my situation, me and my significant other do not spend any money on toilet paper. That is because in our situation, we live with 3 other tenants, and they supply toilet paper for the entire household. So that would be 0. However, there is another question on here that says, if someone other than a member of the applicant/tenant family contributes to the paper products, who contributes? And what is the weekly value of cash contributions for the products? This amount is income. Clothing expenses. What are the ages and sexes of all of the family members? What does that have to do with my ability to support myself? I find this to be a very invasive question, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I have 0 income. Moving on. But hold on. This is my absolute favorite section of the application. Does anyone in the family have a pager/beeper? Okay, now I'm not even sure if all of my followers actually know what a pager is, because this was a piece of technology that was prevalent in the 80s and 90s, and it was a small square-like device that would receive digital text transmissions, and basically it was very popular then because this was a time before cell phones. And these kind of went away as soon as cell phones became popular in the early 2000s. And even though they are still around today, they aren't completely obsolete, but they are obsolete on the public market because we have cell phones. So now they are only prevalent in the medical fields primarily, in places where basically doctors can be reached more easily, or they find it more accessible to be reached via a beeper, where cell phone communication or where their connection is a little bit dodgy out there, and their transmission will be easily more received via a beeper. But as you can tell from this question, this application is extremely dated, and it just adds insult to injury, because how how do I feel as if they're taking me seriously and they're really caring about whether I get the best help I possibly can, when this application is at worst over what? Almost 30 years old? Seriously, almost 30 years old. Extremely outdated, not current, and not at all helpful. Not pertinent to today's needs at all. No, I don't have a beeper. So here's another gem listed under shelter expenses. Um, so we're going to start off with, it's like, for applicants, what is the average monthly cost for housing and utilities? So it's like, rent and utilities. Now, my situation, me and my significant other, we pay for partial rent and no utilities. And the other tenants, they pay for the rest of the rent and all the utilities, basically. And, so we'll just put in our contribution. And how do we pay for it? We'll put his job. If someone other than a member of the household contributes, who contributes? The other tenants, okay? What is the average monthly contribution? Okay, we'll put their number. Will these persons continue to contribute to shelter once they are admitted to public housing? No. If no, why not? Why do you need a reason? I'm serious, guys. Why do they need to know why they won't be contributing to me? Maybe because they don't owe me anything? Maybe maybe because I finally found an apartment to live on my own, so now they don't need to support me? Yeah, maybe that's reason enough, because I'm moving out, so they don't owe me money. Oh my god, I don't even know why there is, like, if no, then why not? Because they don't need to pay for my rent. That's why. Because now they can pay for their own rent by themselves. Look at that. Okay, so, but it doesn't end there, of course. Now it's like, for tenants, what is the average monthly cost for housing and utilities, blah, 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 blah. It's like, alright. It's like, what is the contribution towards the shelter? Alright, then it says, this amount is income. I'm sorry, but the other tenants paying towards rent to a landlord who isn't me is not income. You know why? Because if it was income, then I would be paying the rent by myself. I wouldn't need them. I would have my own apartment, and it wouldn't be... I don't understand how they consider their money as my income. It is absolutely ridiculous. This is like BS. So then, there's like a couple other sections. But, once you think you're done, you filled all that other garbage. But then you realize that in between all the garbage, you see this tiny little, almost subtle, unnoticeable section that's italicized. It says verification. What's that? Let's take a little dive. Just closer. Closer. Verification. The family should bring in at least 1 month's worth of grocery receipts. Check receipts to make sure the family of that size can manage that amount of food documented. Are you serious? Wait, is this on every section? Hold on. Verification. Most families buy cleaning supplies, grooming products, and paper products at the grocery store. Review the family grocery receipts to help verify amount. Verification. The family should bring in 1 month's gas receipts, proof of insurance, and proof of car payment, if applicable. Verification. A family without a car should prove a credible statement of the way they pay for transportation to shop, attend school, visit friends, take care of medical needs, attend church, etc. What the hell is credible statement of the way that they pay for this? Verification. The family should provide a schedule that shows when clothing and shoes are purchased and the amount spent. Remember that children will need more clothing and shoes than adults because they are growing. What? A clothing schedule? What the hell is that? No, real quick, raise a hand. Who in their life has ever made a clothing schedule? Like in their family? Is that a thing? Am I messing out? What is that? So after all that, apparently I've discovered that I have an income of about $700 and something. Wow, that's really news to me, guys. I don't have any income because I don't own anything. It's just really upsetting because these people, they're not out to help me. And that's the thing that really gets me about me filling out the constant paperwork for these government programs and these government assistant programs is that I get the constant message from the Housing Authority, from the DTA, from SSI, is that we really don't want to help you. These systems are corrupt. They're broken, they're corrupt, and they're not made to help you. They're not made to help you. They're not made to help me. And they're a joke. They're a joke. They're a lie. And they really just want to keep you out. They're not here to really help. In my opinion, they're really not here to help the people that need help the most. And they are definitely do not give a damn about people with mental disorders of any kind. Especially people with mental disorders. They do not give a damn about you, let me tell you. So just be very wary if any of you guys out there are trying to get government-assisted housing. It is quite a process. Much like SSI, you do have to wait for it for quite a long time. Not as long, but I've been on the waiting list for a year, and my time has come up, and now I'm just doing these kind of going through the loop and filling out the last ends of what they want me to do. So hopefully I'll turn in this awesome piece of paper and see what it is that I get out of it, so that they kind of get everything that they need out of me, and I'll update you on how that turns out. So, thank you guys for watching, as always, and I hope to see you again. Bye!